Hello, we are already on chapter 5. Pretty crazy how time has gone by. So this chapter will be focusing on the next level. And before I did that, I just wanted to say that because I changed the mine scene to be independent, now I can use sorting layers without any bugs of rendering. So now everything uses a sorting layer instead of a sorting number. So instead of ordering it, I use the sorting layer. Okay, not to the actual meat of what we did today, which was the start of level 2. So obviously a lot of spikes, a lot of mines. I should probably add the old spikes as well because I want to reuse everything. But generally, I think like right over here is when I'm going to work on the next type of trap. So I mean, this isn't really a new type. It's just a trap, but I've made it longer. So it's kind of like a different type of trap, but I'm still going to be using these ones, and they're basically the same thing. They use the same tag as spikes, so they're treated like the same type of object. I'm obviously using the mines. And so the first new thing is this one, all the way from the first video, I think. And then I'm not going to be using these climb walls. I don't like them. And I should also remove the code from that. And then I'm also going to be adding another trap that requires even more brain to use. So things will be more advanced each level. And yeah, I'll just show kind of what the level is like right now because I think it's pretty cool. Now it is a little hard um, because this is supposed to be the easy level. Uh, like if somebody hasn't played games before, like, I mean, I want them to struggle, but I think it's achievable. So I like it and I'm keeping it. The only thing that is making me a little bit weirded out is the hard level and the easy level are not really separated. Like I'm thinking maybe to separate them like fully, but and then have like new max limits. Like I could do that, but I kind of like how it's all there, you know? Like I don't know, am I just being lazy? I'm not sure. I think I might be, but I mean, if I could merge the hard and easy level difficulties, maybe that could be cool. But yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for that right now. But yeah, the start of this level is going pretty well. So yeah, I have added tips. So it can help the user know what's going on, you know, what buttons to press. Let me just create a new game. Okay, so I'm gonna make a tip about movement so people know how to move. But here, when you get here, it says press F to transcend. And you can close it like this, and it'll never come back after it's closed. Also, once you transcend this first level, you'll never see it again. Also, I've decided that I'm going to change the fireball to not be left click, so I'll change that another time. That's mainly what I did today. Honestly, I'm a little annoyed with this project now because I've decided to use it as like a school project because I need like a big, they call it a capstone project. So I decided to do my game. And now it's like every time I work on it, it's like I'm working on school instead of something I enjoy, which kind of sucks, but whatever. All right, that's it for today. All right, I am less depressed than I was yesterday. Uh, okay, so I've fully implemented tips, but honestly, like it is so spaghetti, it's crazy. Okay, I tried using like coding, like to track the tips in the program, like for when you jump, when you transcend. But I'm telling you, like I spent so long and it was still so much crap. Like I and then I just thought of a simpler way to do it, which is I just make these tips colliders, kind of like I originally did with the mind. And then if you step on the same one, it removes the tip. Also, it's all like in the level instance. So when I reload the level, it removes the tips. So I don't have to make a second transcend tip. And then here are the two jumping ones. Anyways, here's how it looks like. I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Honestly, that's what I've learned. All right, so I just move here and then it goes away. And then I transcend and it goes away. And then I press space to jump and it goes away. So, I mean, what on earth? Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna ignore that. Goodbye. All right, I'm gonna keep this log short and sweet. So after some thinking about, how I wanted to make the hard and easy levels, I've decided to kind of merge them. So the problem with the hard part is that I wanted the game to be easy and difficult. But the problem is that once you get to the difficult section, you would have to restart and do all the easy parts. So, I just thought may as well make an easy mode and a hard mode. But now, after some thought and, again, like I've talked about it in the past, how it's kind of weird how they're both in the same level, I've found a solution. That's perfect, okay? So it's now just a checkpoint. So I'll kind of show how it works. And I've also built, here are the tips. I'm just gonna skip this. Okay. So right now we're in the easy section, right? And so if we die, we spawn in the easy section, but once I get here, now you take a leap of faith. And as soon as you touch this, now this is your spawn point and works flawlessly. So I'm really happy about that. I adjusted all the other code like in my main menu. So now there's only one play button. So it actually looks a lot cleaner. So now new game, and you don't have to select difficulty. You just say new game and it all works. So I'm really happy I did this. It's also going to make making levels easier because I don't have to worry about like two separate levels independent of each other, because it's basically like two separate levels in one with each other. So I'm finally back on track working on level 2. I've now added some code to make these push ceilings, kind of a bad name now, but now they work from below and from the top. I think the sides, I'm just going to leave them normal because that's like unnecessary. I think mainly it's the top and bottom I want. So this gap is too big to normally jump over. I mean, you could honestly probably jump over it if this was a normal block, but whatever. Boom. Gives that jump boost. It's pretty fun to play with. And then of course this one remains the same. And I've altered the level a little bit so it looks a little bit nicer. And also I've made the bottom level actually, or the bottom part of this actually achievable. So it gives you 2 ways of completing the level. So I think that's good. And yeah. I'm just going to show the rest. And then here I'll get back to in the next part. So yeah, good additions. Honestly, it took me so long. I was experimenting different ways of doing this push ceiling, but at the end, I just reverted back to my old code using GitHub because my changes were not only weren't they good, but they were actually worse than what I had previously. So yeah, kind of just wasted a lot of time learning, trying to learn a different way to do it, but it's okay. At least now I'm done with it. So I've added this really cool trap. It's a fire trap, and I actually got it from the tutorial that I was loosely following at the start. I mean, it wasn't my preferred thing to just straight up like basically one-to-one his code, but it's so cool and it fits the theme of my game so well, like especially this level. And some traps I've thought of doing, but they didn't fit the level, like they were like a white trap, and I feel like it wouldn't contrast well with this at all. I think maybe for the next one. But really that video kind of inspired me now to think of out of the box ideas for a trap, and hopefully I think I want to create and code an entire trap myself, an entirely new trap. So yeah, but I really got to show you this fire trap thing. I've also made the activation time ridiculously fast because I really want to torture the people playing my game, all right? They don't deserve to have fun. They need to suffer. And so this game will image that. All right, here it is. So if you walk on it, it goes red and then there's a fire. And if you touch the fire, well, you die. Yeah, it's pretty fast. in his video there was a bug that he didn't notice where if you stay at the trap, it won't actually kill you, but I fixed it, so I guess I did something original. So yeah, these are really fast and they're awesome. I mean, they look so cool as well. Okay, that's it. Okay, I am kind of annoyed that I couldn't finish level 2 because that was kind of the purpose of this video. Um, Honestly, I'm thinking about stopping the videos because, like, honestly, the progress is so slow that I feel like the amount of videos I make doesn't really make sense. Like, by the time it's done, I'm probably gonna be like another 5 more videos or more. Like, but it is fun doing these logs, even though I watch them back. I watch my videos back, and I'm like, nobody would ever watch this because it's just not engaging. But the whole point of the logs were so that I can look back and see what it was like creating those levels, and I think to that extent it has worked great. So I've made a really cool trap. Now the idea of the trap came from the tutorial, but I didn't follow it at all. I totally made the trap on my own, including the animation parts, and it's so it's so important that you do that because you may think you know something when you follow the tutorial, but when that guidance is totally gone, that's when you truly are testing, the knowledge of what you gained. So anyways, here's what it is. It's this cool thing that oscillates, and if it hits you, well, you're dead. Um, I was having trouble with deciding if I wanted it to be it go through things or not, because obviously colliding with the player, it's a whole mess, right? But if I don't, it would go through the floors. But then I realized that I could freeze the y-axis. So if I didn't do that, and this is what I initially had problems with, it would just fall through objects. Like, look. But thankfully, Unity has some nice constraints there. And so that way it stays linearly. Now, obviously, the downside of this is that, it's less cool. I can only do one thing, but I'm gonna make the final trap, which again, inspired by that video. I mean, come on, like his traps are so cool. Basically, it's gonna be something that like follows the player around and just like tries to kill you. And that'll be in like the hard section for this level. So far, the level's pretty short compared to the first one. I'm hoping I can just make it difficult enough that it doesn't matter, or maybe it will just be a fast level and the other levels will be fast. Either way, it's fine. The main point is that, you know, I'm making a good game. Or, what? That's not the point. The point is that I don't know what the point is actually. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video.